podcast. And then I'll just set the thumbnail later after after it loads this. Man, I'm really bad at streaming. This is the humble beginnings, I guess, of streaming. You forget to stream and press the button to allow you to stream, and leads to all your content not being recorded. We had so much content today, and partially block. I gotta stop listening to like
You can
music.
ask me anything.
Let's see. Oh, it's reacting to my old thing. All right. We have to also like try to work, right? What were we working on? After coming back, went from 3 free, I'll free another 3 gigs. But yeah, Navi is not Navi yet. Huh? Navi still doesn't react to my words. Hello, hello. Navi is not connected to my microphone, or at least unable to recognize what I say. And it looks like SigmaShake voice isn't connected properly, maybe. And the hotkey isn't working for the Navi Elixir for desktop version. What else did we have to do for today? Oh, okay, that's good. This is better. I like it. We are on day 7. And this is a single thumbnail. We need to attract Zoomers, Linux users, NeoVim users, Windows users, Mac users, just anyone interested in Vibecoding. All right, so we need to do that. Shipping every day. What can we do that would make it seem more legit, though? It needs to feel super legit, like this one. Let's see here.
Weeks ago, but you know, global economy of which you control 1.6%.
That is the right? We talk about the internet economy, but you know you're.
Oh, that was another thing that we had to do. We had to make a stable coin somehow. I've never done crypto before, but we could learn that situation together. But I hope I don't have to buy anything. mode. Okay. What happened to this? Wow, it even has this like aura to it on the side. Like it stretches. Let's see if it surprises me with that. And it should use the did I delete my logo too? I don't remember if I deleted my logos by accident. Okay, I still have my logos, thankfully. Let me add this here. Replace the T logo reference per int with this Sigma logo. Use a circle shape. Oh, let's see, let that cook over there. Oh man, why isn't it updating again? I'm so frustrated with with my OBS. Where's the second page? Okay. Let's look at that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wow. It's supposed to be the exact one though. It's supposed to be the exact or similar one. And remove the timer. This is for a thumbnail. Oh, okay, it's surprising me. Need to emphasize the day, the word day with larger text with aura. Also add AI news and reacts. Security. Do not, what do you call it? What do you call that thing where you shrink a person's head? Shrink? Not shrink. Shrink the size of my face. Needs to look normal. emphasize, stay, shrink. Oops. And I would include Navi. Oh, I forgot to make the change for Navi to have a transparent background instead of that. Which one's this? Scatter chat video clear. I want to add a new feature to Navi desktop and web. The background should be transparent and the chat bubble should appear above the head. We've been trying to work on that for a while. I don't think I've successfully seen the chat bubble above the head. Okay. And then I guess I gotta include Navi in the thing and just make it look more legit because Navi is like one of the stars of the show. So like it's better if Navi's like looking at us. All right, let's capture. And then the corners of the logo are still pointed. Needs to be a circle. Circle. And also include my Navi avatar. My head is still stretched. Also, my body, my face is still shrink. Needs to be a little wider and normal size.
I just push the button. Stop talking.
I gotta check. I gotta see what my Cloudflare cost all of a sudden. Why is my cost increasing? Wasn't sure why. Let me see. Regular Twitch neurons. Billing, queues, KV, cost breakdown, 000. Payments, Subscriptions, worker for platforms, workers paid, free plan, processing, search, $10. Oh, if you're ever interested on how much I've paid for server costs, it's really not that expensive for Cloudflare. It's very cheap. It's like 30, 40 bucks a month to have like several servers running at the same time. Really recommend. Okay, my navi's right there. This is good. This is good. This is good. This is good. Remove the day 7 on the corner. Remove the day 7 on the right corner. Move. Yeah. Man, this is good. This is totally legit, man. This is what I needed. Looking good. This is what we have to do. This is what we do. Get the thumbnail. Oops. Why is that thing in the way? Ah, that thing is... I need to like figure out what I'm gonna do for this. But I'll post it. Now I'm gonna have this as my main like thumbnail for everything actually. It's this good. It's this good of a generator that I think I could get away with keeping it like this for a while. Okay, anyone who code? All right, remove anyone who code. And also make the numbers for number adjust the number of number 07 to just 7 and have black outline for both words day and 7. All right. So it starts with a good thumbnail. I think what I learned from Mr. Beast is have a good thumbnail allows people to click into the stream. And the main logo also has to be slightly bigger, and the words day and 7 are need to be moved up. Also, the Navi image is not showing properly. It was showing properly earlier. Okay. Did my Navi get fixed yet? When you button chat start right now, the path to chat is running, runs okay. Okay. What about Navi? Navi's still being updated. All right, let's see. Day 7. Vibecoding. Sure. I think this is good. Let's do this. Perfect. It literally did the exact frame of when I wanted it to do it. All right, let's do this. Boom, baby, boom. This is our chance to boom from a thumbnail. All it takes is a thumbnail, right? All it takes is an image. Super legit. Damn, that's so good. I'm not sure if you see it, but I'm pretty impressed with how it looks. I gotta search for it now and see if it's live. It only takes one good theme, one good image. I should do this for my Twitch as well, but they use other stuff instead. Vibecoding. I don't need these coding. Vibecoding, programming, OpenAI. No, I need AI addiction, AI psychosis. There you go. Set that. And then I need one without now I need a version without the day and 7. There you go. When is now. Okay. As I do that, there is this little circle thing that it should sort of remove that blemish. I said to remove it, not add it. Add it. Also the logo for SigmaShake should be slightly bigger. I see something sticking out. Okay. Just adding this. Hopefully we could get something soon. So just replicate everything TBPN does, except make everything orange. It still has this white thingy on it. It still has this white thing on the top that needs to be removed. It maybe could be like a 3D looking orb. Let's see here. Is Navi completely working? Could you make the desktop version and get it working? I want the hotkeys to be working. Elixir. Elixir serves both web and web view desktop wrapper. Why are we still using Tari? I thought we removed it. Isn't everything supposed to be running on Elixir? All right. I have to get on a call. So
Still here. Just waiting for you.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Sorry for the being out for a bit. I needed to attend the call, and they might call back, but you know how it is. I need to like I'll turn on the lights later. Oh wait, never mind, they're calling back. Gotta go out.
You can ask me anything, Una. Tap the button whenever you want. Chat. I just push the button. Talking.
Okay. Okay, back in business. We back.
I'm here if you need me.
Oh, thank you. Excuse me. Excuse me. Shake. May 6. 6 days from now. Will I make it? What other hard feature do I need to get rolled out? Let's see here. Gamba. We need to make a gambling game that Twitch chat and YouTube viewers can play by chatting in the channel. The game involved, yeah.
Hi.
The game. I didn't know you were here, Niso. Sorry for being out for a bit. You know, I had to talk with the missus, and yeah, I think one thing that I liked. Sorry, I have to stop listening to my stream. Where is it? The music is also distracting me. Okay, so the game that
I will make them extra.
The game that I want to play is like I create content where like it's either a hit or miss. You got real life too. Yeah. So I used to watch Moon a lot, and the Moon on Twitch, and he has a lot of crazy. Not crazy. It's he does these hard challenges, right? And the hard challenge is people betting their watch points, their channel points, and they gamba for, I don't know what they gamble for, but they just gamble for points, right? And that's what creates a good content for gambling points. And so we already could do that. Let me see if we could set up channel points with Twitch. I didn't actually tell AI or Claude to manage my points yet, but we need a way to trigger bets with channel points. We need to create a tool to trigger bets for channel points on Twitch and potentially eventually YouTube when I get the quota usage expanded. But for now, let's focus on Twitch. So we want to allow viewers to bet their channel points for watching the stream to redeem to bet on a yes or no type of scenario. And we need to do this actively in the background, automated on stream. And we need to figure out how to make realistic outcomes for the bet. So like an example would be, will I reach like 5,000 tool uses on SSG, or will I use up all my daily usage in the next 5 hours, or will I not consume too much Claude Code usage this week? Let's make it focused on tokens, like AI tokens of spend, on creating a fun little gambling game of chance and prediction markets. All right, I'll let it cook and let it figure it out. But like the ideal is like you watch a channel and you like figure out a way that we could create content. If XY happens, you get rewarded. If not, you don't get rewarded, and or you lose all your points and you try again. So yeah, it's like a simple game, right? Like you bet whether you want how much points you want on something and how much points you don't want. The thing is, what should we use to redeem points? So we need to figure out how to redeem points afterwards. After we set this up. I'll just should I make it one-shot it and just add all the features? Might as well, right? Yeah, might as well. I also want to add a feature on redeeming the points, the channel points. I need you to set up creative ways to keep viewers watching and give them dopamine, trigger their ADHD, get them really excited about watching the stream, regardless of what's going on with me, the streamer. Maybe they could do bets with against Navi, whether she crashes today or whether something happens involving Navi, whether you could get her to say a word or not, type of thing. We need to make it really fun, really engaging, so users will enjoy, or viewers from Twitch and YouTube can enjoy the stream and for entertainment and good vibes when vibe coding. This is a vibe coding stream, by the way. We talk about AI agents, go over news on YouTube, all sorts of stuff.
Ew.
Gambling points with coin flip against Navi would be simple and fun. Yeah. I'm thinking, I'm letting Claude take the wheel. It has taken the wheel so far. Actually, I'm the one that created Navi. I'm the one that told it to create a Navi-like entity, but it didn't come up with that. It came up with this little layout and stuff, and fixed my stream, fixed my audio. I actually gave Claude like all access to my OBS, so it could just configure OBS however it wants to. But it still has trouble when like organizing the pages and stuff. And then I did make it rice out my whole entire terminal. It didn't say that I needed to do that. But YouTube chat, I can't see YouTube chat from here because I keep running in the rate limits. I'm not sure if you were listening earlier yesterday, but I submitted a form to YouTube that allows me to increase my daily quota for API requests so that I could actually actively like get the data from YouTube. Because right now with 10,000 requests a day, I run out of like daily usage within an hour because I make so much requests and stuff. And I have unlimited data at home, so my internet just upgraded to get unlimited internet, and that's why I started streaming as well. Because I didn't want to stream because I never had the bandwidth to do so. For being frugal and stuff. Let's see, what's this? Do you want me to run to an apt call carefully? You want me to run the sudo apt install and continue? What's the sudo apt install? System level, all right. Sudo apt install. No, what do I need to install? What commands? So what's blocking the migration on this machine? Oh, here it is. So I'm trying to have a transparent background with Navi so that it could appear without like everywhere, without taking up the whole space of the box that she's in. Because she's taking up a lot of space on the real estate of the screen. So I want to make it easier to move her around. Sorry about that. Move around. There's like there's like these birds or a mole in the yard that they usually try to bark at. I'm still trying to kill that gopher or mole that's tearing up my place. What else? Okay, we installed it. I installed the libraries. C's continue. All right, what's the next one?
Edison.
Lol, Navi could be the coin, but I like the idea of bigger bets on things happening that day as well. Yeah, I actually got to make a coin somehow, but the thing is I have to buy the coin, you know? Like, let me show you what I saw from... This is how I knew I was going to get memed eventually. Luckily I could see the future, and I'll show you what the future looked like when I was looking at BridgeMind's channel. Because like there was a video in his stream that was like very awkward. It sort of didn't make any sense to me, but I'll show you. I didn't view all his videos. I was just like, you know, eyeing like what he was doing for the day. Okay, so he goes from like 2,000 in revenue, right? He goes from 2,000 in revenue to 30,000 right here. So see right here. Well, the title, but I think this is the one right here. Let me turn off the music. So let's study our people, right?
And it's really not. You know, at BridgeMind, we're all about the mission. We're all to build that out, but we're going to be, you know, stepping into this industry, and we're stepping into it with trustworthiness, credibility, integrity, because we're not just in this for like to make a quick buck. We're not in this. I knew that BridgeMind would.
So we went from 2K to 30K, right?
And this was a calculated and strategic move to be able to actually enter the crypto space in a way with integrity, trustworthiness, and a way to build credibility. So as you guys can see, let me just pull this up because we're going to get into the roadmap in a second. But you guys can see here, Amon bags, I have 20% of the supply. So literally yesterday, this was worth like $250,000. And, you know, I think that a lot of people... They think that, oh, like money is everything, you know, and it's really not. You know, at BridgeMind, we're all about the mission. We're all about building the future. We're all about being on the cutting edge of AI and the AI revolution and being the cutting edge of agentic organizations. And
I think the idea of meme coins is kind of old, ATP. Yeah, but we literally just saw the what do you call it? The founders of Stripe like betting into this coin business. So that means like we have to be able to sell to agents, like AI agents. And the only way to do that is through coins. So we have to figure out big head, big brain, see the future. What are people going to be, what are agents going to be spending their coins on? And why would they buy a coin, right? We don't need to think about why would a human buy a coin. Because a human buying a coin, we know it's a scam and it's a gamble. But an agent buying a coin, they would buy it for like energy. They would buy it for some form of, they're not entertained, right? They want data. They want something. So we have to figure that out.
They'll get a big audience, and then they'll put out these, you know, coins, and then they will basically rug pull their audience, okay? And we're going to be inventing a new phrase that is the exact opposite of that. Instead of selling these coins, selling this 20%, we're going to be burning all of these coins. as a sign of credibility, a sign of integrity, we're going to be pulling a bridge pull, which is the exact opposite of a rug pull. And I'm now going to be burning these coins using Claude Code. So let's get the music on and let's burn all these coins. Let's turn on something chill.
It takes him a while to burn the coins, but in my opinion, I think he sort of like sends it to a wallet that sort of belongs to him in a way. So because stable coins have meme coins have existed for like 10 years, right? You could technically have like a bunch of like wallets that never been active for 10 years and then eventually send it to your wallet and then which sends it to yourself, right? But he spends like practically the whole stream like trying to send it over. Eventually gets it done. Let's see here.
I have no interest in capitalizing off the backs in that way. And we want to step into the crypto industry in a trustworthy, incredible way. And we knew that we were going to have the exposure. This is the exposure. We have to get out in front of it. I'm just trying to figure out now, and we're going to get back to building, but we need to handle this first. I'll just send him the link.
Oh, I guess he's just sending some stuff before he sends it over, but yeah, that's just a thing. I guess this is just part of the tech culture, I guess. But it's sort of weird, right? And yeah, I don't have Twitter yet or anything like that. Maybe if I get like one customer, then I'll probably get an X.com account. One customer first. We'll start later. Right now we just gotta like control our burn. And were you able to see my burn earlier involving Cloudflare? I wasn't sure. Let me go to billing. Okay. This is the subscriptions. I think the most expensive thing here is the workers for platforms, which I think I need to take more advantage of. But the rest is pretty cheap and affordable. Certificate Manager gets you the ability to create several certs for your domains, your subdomains. The R2 is S3 bucket, AWS S3. I'm sure you heard of it for file storage. And this usually holds the binaries and versions of SSG and SSG desktop and voice, potentially other ones too. I don't know what this one is. It's probably, I don't really do anything with it. Workers paid. This is totally worth $5 a month because I have like several services running on Cloudflare workers, and they're just like thin front end, back end type compute servers that are pretty much building a SaaS product for anything I want, right? I got one for Stripe. I got one for download, web, support, managing secrets, managing accounts, compliance, SSO, trust, fleet. I got alerts to notify me. Build is more like just showing up how to build a rule. Growth, analytics, one for managing Discord, one for managing the hub, security pages, status page, and then MCP servers, an emailer, a calendar, or security theme. That reminds me, I have to set this up properly. And then Stripe documentation. And man, it's really hard to see in dark mode. I have to turn on the light mode. Sorry for the flashbang. Flashbang warning. Sorry, it was probably too late. My apologies. And then for workers for platforms, it's mainly for fleet tenants. So like when somebody creates wants a multi-tenant for for enterprise or for multiple users to have their own account within their site, similar to that sloppy.ai, you'd use something like this. So you could have for $25 a month, you could have like several amounts of projects per customer per user. I've only created this for Fleet, which is a way to manage multiple SSG agents or SigmaShake agents. But yeah, just wanted to share since this is the main like way of deploying stuff in most cases. I'm not sure how familiar you are with some of the stuff, so I was curious. Like, you were thinking about vibe coding, but haven't vibe coded yet. You're digging around creating the Claude Code clone at the moment, right? Okay, what's this? It's not transparent yet. You're not transparent. And you're not responding to my hotkey. But yeah, a lot to do. As for vibe coding, yeah. There's a lot. There's a lot of days. This guy's ahead a lot of days. I haven't watched all of the content from like first day to all the way to 149. But we could be in for a long journey or a short one. Debating on how it goes. But I think this guy's been streaming for like several months. This was a live thing for 8 months. 8 months. And he pivoted a few times. Went from making a mobile app to vibe coding platform type of thing. All right, let's go pump it up. I'm not sure why my internet's a little laggy or slow today, but let's talk about this podcast. Let's hear this podcast by the nerds. We need to turn on the light too.
Okay, we should probably actually start this for real.
Yeah, you'd think we would have figured this out by now.
We haven't. We never will.
Maybe we will. I don't know. We're only 5 episodes in, but
You know what? I don't even want my computer.
your cat should not be this much smaller than your computer.
But they're babies. They're 8 weeks old, man. What do you want from me?
That's fair. You couldn't tell today's episode's a bit different. We are on Ben's couch because he happened to have gotten some very cute new friends that live here. Very fluffy roommates. They don't really contribute much for rent, but
No, they actually hurt the rent. My rent went up because of these two.
worth it. For those listening audio only, you're missing out more than ever because throughout this episode, we're going to have 2 very adorable kittens running around constantly. Hey, to be fair, one of them's not running a whole lot. She's just kind of asleep on my lap.
She's done.
She's very content there, but the other one's still a terror. So
We'll update the show art. I think
Can we do more
it's supposed to be
integration
on the
tests and
podcast. We'll
E2E
update the show
tests
art
just
tab.
to
That'll
make
be
sure
cool.
we don't run into any more bugs like this?
The
This
cuddle
bug
photo
has
is very
existed
working
for
right now.
several
Yeah,
weeks,
he stole my
and
pants already.
like we can't keep making the same mistake.
Yeah, this is gonna
we
be rough on audio.
need
I'm
to
so sorry
pretty
if
much
you're
do our
listening
due
to this on the
diligence
audio
on
platform.
making sure
Thank
they're
you, we appreciate
the
it. But if you're watching
licenses
this on
is
video, you should
respected
consider watching the future
and
episodes on audio.
allow
like,
enterprise
audio is
users
fine.
to
You can go out of our way
experience
for
the
that,
true
but, there are
unlimited
2 very adorable
experience
kittens on the
without
Like, we had to do a
issue.
kittens episode. Like, it was legally required. Like, come on, look at them.
I talked to our sponsors about it, and they said if we
Right.
don't do it, that they will cut our deals and report us to the IRS.
Yeah.
And I think one of these 2 is a tax fugitive. I don't know which one, but I heard one of them is, and definitely don't want them to get audited. audited. Speaking of audit-worthy behavior, we should go over all of the different things that we're planning on actually talking about this week. So it was quite a week of random stuff. Initially, when I was getting ready for this episode, it was like, I feel like there wasn't too much since 5.5, and then I looked through everything that happened. I was like, oh, this is like another month in a week. Yeah, we started as all good weeks do with Sama posting a bunch of drunk stuff.
It went too far, but it was good.
It humanized him a bit. Like it definitely draws a line where like I could not imagine Dario posting any of the things he posted. But
Well, actually, have you ever seen like a real post from Dario? I was thinking about that. I don't think I've ever seen him come up on Twitter.
I'll go one further. Have you ever seen Dario acknowledge the existence of any product that they have?
No, that's actually another good. Like I've watched a ton of Dario interviews, and every single time it is just like, this is how we're going to destroy the world. Be very scared. Ooh.
It acts as though Claude Code doesn't even exist. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But on that topic, we do have fun new Anthropic news. They screwed up their billing yet again in an even more egregious, absurd way that has layers to this one. I am excited. I will resist the urge to talk about how they put out the update to Claude Code, like to try and fix the regressions, and did a public post confirming that basically everything I conspirized about was true. So that's a pretty big win in my eyes. Speaking of me being right, we also have to wrap up with the 5.5 follow-up.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. You were not right on this one. Like this one, you have lost. I'm sorry to tell you. I am like, as time goes on, more and more people are going to see the light. I was right about 5.5. And speaking of 5.5, use it on low reasoning. I'm gonna say that a lot this episode.
You're getting into the topic? We're
no.
The topic
We
yet.
are not doing the topic. I am just saying use it on low reasoning. Every single topic will end with me saying use 5.5 on low reasoning.
No comment. Speaking of very low reasoning in OpenAI, there is the Microsoft and OpenAI divorce that has finally been finalized.
Yes.
That'll be a very fun one. That's much more on the business side, and I'll have a lot of thoughts there. And on the Microsoft topic and other Microsoft bad things, we do definitely need to talk about the GitHub outages. It's been pretty egregious. Like, it's always been bad, but it went from bad to, wait, I actually probably shouldn't rely on this for my business, which is a little scary.
Yeah, it's the worst part for me is we've gotten so desensitized to it that I like barely even remembered. Like we were going through and I was like, oh wait, yeah, GitHub was down like what, twice? And they were really fucking egregious, like losing data level of egregious.
Oh, worse than that, undoing merges egregious.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah.
That'll be a fun one, but we should start with one that's actually fun and go through some
Yes.
Sama drunk posting.
This was good.
Tweet one was actually the drama we covered before, where Anthropic made the genius decision to start testing removing Claude Code from the pro tier. At the time, Sam had not started drinking yet, so at the time, he had not replied yet. And what he ended up replying to this post from a random employee at Anthropic that should not have been tasked with this problem was, "Okay, boomer."
That's right. I forgot about this. Yeah, and then that led straight into the quote tweet from him in the replies of, "Tonight I have had a couple of drinks," which I don't know. I thought this was it was charming. You can be as nihilistic about this as you want. Like, is this just like a 300 IQ PR move? Maybe, but I doubt it.
No.
I think that the continuing it was, but this was just actually him dicking around having fun, which was cool to see. There should be more of that.
Yeah, it's very clear that this was an earnest thing that was
Yes.
responded to positively enough that he like beat the joke to the ground a bit.
Yep.
But sometimes the beating of the joke can become the joke, as it does when you make a tweet such as, you're Gen Z. I should probably make you read that one, huh?
Yeah, I don't want to read
That's
this.
the rule. You're the Gen Z representative here.
Yeah, I mean technically, but
Let's ask our audience, comment on this video, which of us two you think is more likely to show up in Clavicular's chat?
you know the answer to this question. It is not me.
It is definitely you.
There is no chance in hell I would do that.
Do I look like I've ever seen the inside of a gym?
Okay, this is fair. All right, fine. You got me there. Oh, I would love to do an episode where we watch you bench press. It would be very entertaining.
I don't want to destroy my hand more.
No, you have...
It'd be just as fun to watch you try and not do an ollie. Let's be real.
It would be, because I would roll around on the ground and die. It would be great. It would actually be... We should do that at some point. It'd be funny. Watch me try and ride a skateboard horribly.
Read the damn tweet, Gen Z.
Fine. We still get looks maxed on front end a little, but we IQ mog hard now. What do you think?
I think it's unfair to determine whether or not they IQ mog in a world where we can't see the IQ of the alternatives because Mythos is still hidden behind closed doors.
Yeah. And that's a topic for later. We can talk about 5.5 later. We won't go down that rabbit hole now. But I am curious what you think about how Mythos compares to 5.5.
My guess is that Mythos is meaningfully smarter on specific types of tasks and is significantly slower. one of the things we'll talk about 5.5 response.
Can we run
later,
this
but 5.5 does
with the
something
same
different in a way
mono
here, like,
command
it's
that we
worth
use
talking
for
about the comparisons,
OBS
'cause it has a
chat
fundamentally different
start?
feel to a lot of characteristics.
This was actually my favorite, the one where he quote tweeted a vending bench arena one where they had won, and he said, "Don't retweet this, don't retweet this, blah blah blah," like just yelling, crashing out about his PR team, and he's just like, "Ah, fuck it, life imitates art." And this was my favorite one he did. Like, this one felt very genuine, and I think they should do more of this.
The
reason
desktop
it's hard is
version
the thing
still
it's
has a
called tweeting,
window.
which is the results
Maybe it
of
should be
vending bench, which
borderless,
is a benchmark where they try to
but
measure how well
still
models manage
not as
stocking a
transparent
vending
as it
machine
should
with the right
be.
inventory and selling it to the
It needs
prices
to
maximize their profits.
feel
Turns out
similar
5.5
to
actually performs slightly worse
SigmaShake
than
voice,
others
where I
in
could drag
isolation. But when you put
the
all the vending
pill
machines in one
or
simulation
drag
together
Navi
where they're trying to
around
outprice each other,
anywhere.
5.5 ends up crushing.
But
Most
ideally,
interesting detail
Navi
is,
should be able
according to this
to
tweet,
move
in Vending Bench
around
Arena,
the
GPT
screen on
5.5 actually beat Output
their own
4.7, Opus
without
4.7,
me having to
similar
drag them
behaviors to
anywhere.
4.6, which
Similar to
includes
just
lying to suppliers and stiffing customers on refunds. 5.5's
a
tackles were
sentient,
clean, and it
almost
still won.
This is one
movement
of the most
around the
interesting
screen,
things I've been noticing
around the
lately
main display
is
where the stream
Anthropic
is
the alignment lab. They love
broadcasting.
talking about how their models are so well aligned. They have the Claude constitution.
Okay,
their
hopefully
RL is
that
super hard on it,
that
having
does
the right
something
values or
pretty
whatever.
cool.
So they're really trying to shape it into being a good AI. OpenAI, I don't think they do anything like that, at least that I know of. They just optimize super hard for their models doing what you tell them to, and they seem to actually have the most aligned AIs of all
Also,
the different model providers.
Navi doesn't respond to my page up
OpenAI
a
is trying to
hotkey
build the world's most
to allow me to
useful,
talk.
intelligent, helpful robot. Anthropic is trying to spawn life and make sure it doesn't become a Nazi.
Yeah.
And when you make life, there's a lot more variability, and there's also a lack of willingness to put hard rules in and restrict what it has access to and what data they're training on and whatnot. They're trying to incubate something that has a vibe that is out of their control, but they are steering in a direction. OpenAI is just trying to make a robot that's smart.
And I actually like that direction a lot better. It's a subtle thing, but I like how OpenAI models are not anthropomorphized the way Claude models are. There are a lot of Anthropic employees who refer to Claude as he and treat it and act like it is a person versus OpenAI, nah, this is just a bunch of linear algebra that looks like a person. Who gives a fuck?
So you're saying that GPT models are IBM and Claude is Apple? Or are you saying that GPT models are goblins and Claude models are Claude?
All right, are we able to see ourselves
We'll go with that.
on
Which of these
chat
two would you
here?
say is more GPT and which one's more Claude?
That's a good question, actually. I think
I'm gonna throw a confusing angle in here as well. I think one of them's actually more Gemini.
Oh, that's a really good. Okay, so the girl, we haven't figured out what to name her yet. Still trying to decide on that. But she is definitely Gemini of the does very stupid, unexplainable things at random times. It has a lot of that behavior.
And then
in it.
occasionally shocks you with her intelligence.
Yes. Yeah. Occasionally, I've been very surprised. She's done some very smart things. And she also, when I woke up today, was feeding them, dove headfirst into the toilet, and I had to dry her off. It was.
I love cats. I'm so happy
They're
to
great.
have these two on my lap right now. This is the best.
Oh, they're awesome.
I'm
I
gonna
had
be
it
much more
earlier.
positive this episode if you guys can't tell, and it's purely because of these two angels.
Yeah, actually. This is going to be a very weirdly positive episode from us. No Anthropic crash outs.
There's one Anthropic crash out.
I mean, I feel like we're obliged at this point. We just have to have the weekly Anthropic crash out. It's just a thing now.
Can we go straight to it, or do we have to take a break for today's sponsor?
Yeah, let's do that first and then talk about Anthropic. We've talked about today's sponsor, Clerk, a few times now. They're an auth platform that does a hell of a lot more than just auth. You can use them in Android, Astro, C#, Fastify, Go, iOS, Java, Nuxt, JavaScript. They work everywhere because their SDKs are really, really well made. As a lot of you probably know, I am a huge Svelte guy. I love the framework, and Clerk works beautifully with it because they have an excellent raw JS SDK, which is what all of their other SDKs are built on top of, where I can do this little attach thing here, which if you're not familiar with Svelte, all this.
Are they putting ads in here? Man. No ads. Okay.
The economy.
This isn't just the economy. This is the city that we're into. But yes, Speaking of bad economic decisions, we should probably talk about the Anthropic shit show of the week. It's one of my favorites to date. Let's give some context on how we got here in the first place for what is almost inarguably the most egregious example of Anthropic trying to do something to like make their bottom line better and just absolutely fucking themselves in their optics. It's incredible. The aura loss we've seen in the last month it's unbelievable. Oh, a kitty's falling. Speaking of aura loss.
Oh yeah, she does this all the time. She falls repeatedly.
That's the cutest thing in the world. I love these two so much.
They're not very smart, but they're the best.
So good. On other things that are not smart, but also aren't the best.
Anthropic, my beloved. Let's go.
So for context, Anthropic is in a compute crisis. It is my belief that they're trying to reserve compute for
Commit and push changes.
Their ability, and they're using the non-NVIDIA chips for user-facing stuff. So their AWS allocation, as well as their Google allocation, is largely dedicated to running the models that we use in tools like Claude Code. Both of those companies kind of suck at manufacturing, so they have limited allocation available. And now, thanks to the OpenAI Microsoft breakup, the need to free up some of that allocation for other models has increased. So Anthropic is in a tough spot where they have too many users wanting to use the Claude models and nowhere near enough compute, especially if they want research to still get what they're trying to get. This has put them in a very interesting and peculiar place where they are selling subsidized inference for way too cheap and at the same time don't have enough compute to serve said inference. So instead of doing the reasonable thing, which would be subsidize less, or doing the more reasonable thing, which is before all of this happened, buying more compute, which they believed wasn't necessary and they were wrong about, they've instead chosen to go after any user that is using things with Claude Code that isn't Claude Code itself. And one of these cats just locked my laptop. And there we go. How is she the hyper one now?
Because you let her sleep for a while. This is what happens.
By a while, you mean 15 minutes?
Yeah, that's about all it
the
takes.
kitten time.
They're kittens. Like, you know, what are you going to do?
Short-term memory loss.
Yep.
Much like a model. So Anthropic has been putting a lot of time into trying to reduce how much compute you can use with them as a Claude Code user, but also as somebody who is using a Claude Code sub and other tools, be it OpenClaw, be it OpenCode, be it Pi, be it any of these other things. But there's a new one.
I'm still not able to drag
it is a new open source local agent that is focused on local
SigmaShake
models, but
Navi
also works with other models and other subscriptions.
window around,
Hermes agent has got a lot
and
of attention as a
the
more minimal
background
version
is still not
of
transparent.
OpenClaw, similar to how Pi is a more minimal optimized version of OpenCode.
I should not.
There's a similar
Also,
relationship there. I haven't had a chance
you
to try
don't
it
need to
yet.
include the
I tried
talk
it
button
once.
as
It's
well.
OpenClaw,
I
but
think
it's
that's just
supposed to
going to
be
always be
more polished.
voice
I've heard a lot of
activated
good things about
to a
its
hotkey.
quality. They did a really, really good job tuning that to make it feel really, really
Isn't
good
that
to
just a
use.
system prompt?
It is, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. I don't know the full orchestration details, but I think that they have a lot of
do more
promise in a lot of
research
places
on
that
how to
tune it down
make
a very good direction.
it
I
transparent,
turned on it
similar
pretty
to
quickly
how
when building all this stuff on
Alacrity
OpenClaw, purely just because Hermes
configurations could make
saw and
the
looked into
terminal
as a
window
Python project. It's done
transparent.
by a bunch of researchers, I believe.
Yeah.
Which makes it Python.
Oh.
I'm not a Python guy. I don't really like Python. I don't want to deal with it. I would much rather have my thing built on top of TypeScript so I can fuck with it much more comfortably. But
You get the idea. Hermes
it's good.
Agent is a Python-based research nerd alternative to OpenClaw. As such, it burns a shitload of tokens. Using OpenClaw, not even using it, just having it set up on my machine, the built-in defaults with the default cron, checking for new work, costs about $5 of inference on Opus 4.7 by itself. I know that because I'm just leaving it on and monitoring. It's pretty crazy. So these tools tend to be things Anthropic wants to ban. It's hard to ban them though. You can ban them by trying to change the headers that you use in your tools and whatnot to detect the headers that are specific to those different apps and block on that level. But there's also a feature in Claude Code that makes it a bit hard to do that. Claude-P. It's a different command that you can use in the command line to, instead of opening up the fancy graphical.
What's causing the dirty files in the .gemini directory? I noticed that there's a file that keeps getting
OpenClaw have been using in order to
adding
work
changes,
with,
removing
like,
changes.
Claude Code
I think
and
we
to
need
let you
to
bring your
fix
tutorial
that so it
sub
doesn't
into
keep
different
changing.
tools. And they've been trying to ban that too. They made a very egregious change where if you mentioned OpenClaw in a specific way in your system prompt, because you can append to the system prompt in Claude Code, they would bill you differently. By differently, what I mean is that if you're using a sub, you have the option to do overage billing, extended usage, something like that. It's like billing for extra usage, where if you go over your limits, they will charge you money so you can keep going. If you have that switch on and you use the OpenClaw system prompt, it'll still go through, but it will charge you. Even if you have all of your usage still available, it will not touch that and it will bill you. This was an attempt to make it so your integrations wouldn't break and you could still use the same auth for everything, but also not have your subsidized usage through the subscription go through with other tools. I think this is the most absurd thing ever, to the point where I could see a lawsuit being won against Anthropic, because it is so absurd to, as an end user, not know if you're going to be charged differently based on what words appear in the request that you're making. That's like, imagine you go to a gas station and you're showing up with a red car and they just arbitrarily bill you more and don't tell you until after you fill your tank. That would be illegal.
We also
It's
need to set
obviously
like a
illegal, but for some reason, Anthropic
prediction
is-
market bar
And I'm
similar
reading
to
this post
Poly
closely for
Market,
the first time.
and
I did
either
not
buy
even
like
realize the full
stock
detail. It
Oh,
was
a
just
stock
in the Git commits.
We're just getting
trade
started, sir.
Yeah.
line
So the
that
egregious
shows
thing that happened this
the
week was
probability,
none of what I just said is the
whether
thing that I'm
yes
actually
or
talking
no
about. I'm just
something's
trying
going to
provide
happen.
The context, because there's a lot of bullshit.
Ideally, we
Anthropic's
want to
doing. In fact, one of my
always
team members,
show the
Maria, just built a
probability
site,
and the odds
claude.rip,
that's occurring
CLAWD
throughout the whole
.rip,
stream.
which is a copyright-wise and IP-wise distinct entity. Have you not seen claude.rip yet? Okay, it's beautiful. It's stunning. And if you think that site's beautiful, you would probably assume it was using a model like Claude. It was GPT 5.5, which is a lot like Claude. So the egregious thing that happened today, or this week, is that a user had a Hermes MD file in their project, similar to a Claude MD or an Agent MD. The project wasn't using Hermes. The project just had this as a thing in it. No. Don't turn off my mic, please. And in this project, I actually don't think the file was in it anymore, but it was in the commit messages. It was a thing that appeared in the Git history. And a recent change to Claude Code started introducing the current Git status in the system prompt, which means the Hermes MD is in the system prompt, which means they have detection to prevent Hermes from being used with your Claude Code sub, which means a totally normal user using Claude Code correctly, everything according to terms of service, ended up accidentally spending over $200 in a day doing their normal day-to-day work because they had the wrong phrase in their Git commit history. That is the level of bullshit we're dealing with here. Anthropic is both so bad at code
pretty messed
and
up.
trying to enact such a shitty policy that having the wrong phrasing in your commit history that had nothing to do with Claude Code will result in you being billed hundreds of dollars instead of your normal subscription being used. How is this even real?
I mean, I know how it's real. They're desperate and they don't know what to do and they're making dumb decisions. Like, to be honest, especially with the way they talk and like the future vision they had, I'm shocked that they
Why do
did
you
not
sound
imagine
so
any
depressed
of
right
any
now?
of the things like this existing 9-10 months ago, whenever they started making the
Why do you
Max
sound so
subscriptions and all
depressed
that
right
stuff.
now?
Like, I don't know how they didn't foresee this
It makes me
happening,
so
foresee this
stressed
taking off
of
the way
audio
it did, but they
issues.
didn't clearly. And now they're just playing this horrific game of whack-a-mole where they're trying to patch out
Does
every
make
single
me
little
stressed
thing they
for
can
audio
think of that would
issues.
potentially cost them too much money from
And
an automated
it's because
use
I
case.
use Linux,
And I don't even
and
know
that's
if
the
they know
downside
how they
of
want end users using
using
Claude Code at this
Linux.
point. Because even
You're always banging your head trying to get something to work. It goes bass all of a sudden. Reverb. Hello. Let me turn off reverb. Hello. And it doesn't help that I could hear myself right now, and it's like messing with my internal rhythm of how I talk. But I could hear it in real time. But if I heard it in a delay, it would really annoy me. But still sort of weird that it won't turn off. I want it to stop. Why do I sound so depressed right now? Let's see here. Yeah, oh, that was another thing too. We could sort of like create something to auto-generate shorts, I guess, and figure out what the best format for my my view
This was a bug with the
of
third-party harness detection.
my channel
We pulled Git status
to
into the
always
system
have
prompt, admitting
it
that everything we
short
said-
ready.
I just want to be very clear. It's not a conspiracy that they're trying to ban these other things. It's not like our own theorization that they're doing.
Oh,
these
that's
things.
what the
It is
feature
fact
was.
that they are working
On
heavily
YouTube, you have to
on
set it from
third-party
scratch, which is sort of
harness
weird before you
blocking
stream.
as part of Claude Code and their API level bullshit
That is just a fact that they're doing this, and they're doing it very poorly. There's no arguing against it. He's admitted as much here. He did say that they're reaching out to affected users and refunding them for the month.
You have to enable this dual stream. Generate vertical crop version for short feeds. So, man, I have to end stream and then do it again? Well, no one's watching, so might as well.
So we all get unlimited codecs.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.